Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently at peace a bit here, and we don't have any gold. We're, of course, working on doing some building construction here. Specifically, we are attempting to build, I think conscription centers is what we were working on, but there are a couple of training fields that we can certainly get done here. That's also important, so we'll get those underway. And I want to check in on other things, including universities, where we can build a few of those as well. Cool. Hey, the Armenian treasure fleet has arrived. Fantastic. We'll queue up a few more of these universities. There's a conversion finishing. We're just going to remain at peace for a little bit here. I'm not sure if that'll be for the whole episode or what. It'll probably be for the full episode, honestly. We can grab Admin Tech 22. That's absolutely great to do. We can now build town halls. And we can also grab the Humanist idea group, and that is huge for us. We absolutely want to take Humanist here. Our colony over here is now self-sustaining, and we're working on filling in Africa at this moment, so we're just going to send a colonist down over here to Longo. That'll be fine. Okay, now, town halls. What did those do? Ah, yes. State maintenance. So, we definitely want to get this done. That is of a very high priority to build town halls. So we'll work on that. That said, now that I think about it, we might be better off right now building conscription centers. And we definitely want to build conscription centers in these locations where they are upgrades. That's probably going to be our most efficient place to build it. Okay, so we'll get those going. That's all fine. How much are we making per month right now? 778. We can probably turn down our army maintenance at this time. And I think that's worthwhile to do. At this exact moment, I'm not expecting that we're going to have additional rebels, or particularly relevant rebels anyway. So that will make us a lot more money per month that we can invest in these things. So we need to think about priorities here. Workshops are not very relevant. Any relevant cathedrals? Because I would like to increase our funding before we increase other things, ideally. There's a harvest failure, which is also not ideal. Let's check to see about any manufactories. There are none of those. Cool. And we probably want to look into state houses. None of those available to be built either. So at this moment, I am thinking conscription centers are the way to go. Cool. We're going to build a bunch of these. We converted the heretics of Nakoma, and that's definitely something that we want to continue to work on. There we go. We want to continue to convert. Excellent. Now, I want to check in. How are we doing on our force limit right now? Let's go into our military tab. So we need about 700 more units. That seems pretty doable, in all honesty. So by building conscription centers here, we are, in fact, increasing our income quite a lot. We have a very learned woman here. We could definitely take the prestige gain. We're not at cap right now, so that seems fine by me. And we will continue working on these conscription centers. So on the next month's tick, we'll have enough to finish that up. Cool. So that's all of our conscription centers that we can build. Every single one for the moment. There will be more. Our next priority is almost certainly going to be universities, but there's not many of those available. In fact, there are none. So that's fine. So we're going to build town halls. There we go. I wanted to sort by improvement amount. I didn't want to build the 0 town halls. But we will definitely work on bringing all of this up to scratch. This is a little bit laggy here doing this, but that's to be expected. Cuba declared war on some natives. I hope they have fun with that. We're not going to be particularly concerned about it. Cool. So we're building just as many town halls as we can and reducing our administrative issues by a significant amount, really. We'll get all of our money spent down here. Again, this is a little bit laggy, and we're going to stop spending money on this eventually. Like, we're not going to build the -0 ones. I think that's very clear. This colony has finished up. That was up over here. We're not going to worry about that colony for the time being. We are instead going to colonize out over here. However, this could go to Armenian Canada, couldn't it? It absolutely could, and we should actually move that over there. So we will grant province. There we go. Fantastic. There you go, Armenian Canada. That's yours. You can worry about colonizing the rest of that. For now, we're working on Africa. I do want to build additional town halls, and we will continue to work on that. That'll get done fairly soon here, honestly. Hang on, is it sorted correctly? Now it is. So we will continue to build these in every location that we can. That actually gives us an improvement. And there's a number of those still, looks like. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of these. Cool. Just judging by the lag, yeah, there are indeed a lot. So we'll continue working our way down this list. And we're also building up our manpower right now. That's also quite important. And we're allowing autonomy that was raised by the rebels to drop as well. Speaking of which, we should probably take a look at the local autonomy map mode. Okay, there's still quite a bit of autonomy down over this way. But up over here where the rebels were, it's all gone already. So that's fantastic. No problem there at all. In fact, let's reopen this. It had already gone back, but okay. Colony finishes up. Beautiful. So we're going to come down over here and continue to colonize, naturally. Colonists will arrive there soon. We'll head into Tana. Colonian... Oh, they have a colonial nation. Korean California. Cool. We'll come into conflict with them for sure later on. There's no doubt about that. But for now, we need to continue to work on spamming out these town halls. A big part of our aggressive expansion woes is our not autonomy, our governing capacity, right? That's a huge part of it. Like, in fact, let's take a look at that here. If we hop over to our stability and expansion and look at our governing cap, you can see here, aggressive expansion impact plus 115%. If we can drop that down substantially, then we're going to be able to expand much more rapidly. So that's why we're putting so much effort right now into reducing our governing capacity issues. This is starting to become a little bit less laggy, I think. That's great. We converted some heretics, so let's look into that. Oh, and we can grab tolerance. That puts our religious unity to cap, right there. That will help a lot, too. Because if we come in here, our religious unity is now at 105%. So that's great. We will continue to convert, of course. That's still very important for us. But we're going to get these town halls continued to be built, rather. And we should maybe consider bringing up additional states. That's something we could do, too. Can we look at the states and territories map mode? Okay, so we can see that there's actually some territories over here that should be made into a state. And that will use governing cap. We're well aware of this. But by doing that, we are hoping, and this is our capital state over here, but by doing that, we are hoping that this will not, well, it will continue to hurt our governing cap. There's no doubt about it. But that will allow us to full core these areas, which will be nice. Okay. So we're going to to make all of these into states for right now. Yes, it will be a lot of governing cap. But that's okay. I want to check in over this way. Yeah, this would need to be made into a state as well. And this over here, we're honestly going to be granting off to a colonial nation, so we don't need to worry about that. Greenland, we can grant over, though, to a state. That'll be fine. This can become a state. This can become a state. And we can do edicts as well. Is there edicts that will reduce the governing cap? There is not. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of this up here. Are we going to hit 10K from doing this? That's the question. I don't know. But this will bring the local autonomy down here as we core this. Which, of course, coring it means that we will need a lot more admin power. That is to be sure. And it should be fine. We want to make all of this into states. And actually, this is not giving us all that much more. 99.27. Okay. So we're probably going to hit 10K. Is my guess. No. We didn't hit 10K. Fantastic. We should also come into our government reforms here and get what expansion costs we can here. Or rather, get what governing capacity increases we can here. There we go. That'll offset some of that. But look at all these cores. These are all going to be full cores. And we'll work on that slowly over time. So with all that done, we are going to hop into our buildings here. I want to check in on potential state houses. We can build one here. For the time being, that's not worth doing, though. And then we can go into our town halls. And we can reduce all of this governing cap by quite a lot, actually. So that's great. We will go ahead and continue working on that. And every month tick, we can also reduce some full cores here. Beautiful. But right now, I'm most interested in getting these town halls built. The more of these we build, the less lag there will be in between them being clicked on. So that is helpful, for sure. Okay. Lots of town halls here, but each one of these is reducing our governing cap by 3. So that's fantastic for us. Really, 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 really good. So we'll get all those finished up eventually. We lost our trade protection CB that we really don't care about. And we're approaching our maximum military power here. Okay, let's go ahead and just hit this core all button whenever we can. We're nearing our maximum monarch power. We can store 999, so we should definitely think about working on our military power here, spending some of that down. So we'll go into our development, sort by cost, and we will spend down military power where we can. Down to about 700 here, I think should be fine. Cool. There we go. And we are going right on back, if we can go into the buildings, to building our town halls. Cool. It's definitely laggy. There's no doubt about that. But the more of these we get built, the better off we'll be. And we need to build them as quickly as possible, too. The Heretics of Bunyoro were just converted. Just waiting for it to pop in here. There we go. We will continue to convert. That is top priority at this moment. Well, not really top priority, actually. That's kind of a mediocre priority now that we have humanist ideas. But we're not going to develop our humanist ideas any further for a good long time here. Cool. So let's just get as many of these built as we can. It's definitely getting a lot better. We're seeing these town halls finishing up. And we're also seeing them queuing up. We're still at the -3 section here. That's quite a lot. We could lose some devotion here. I don't care about that. I think that's okay. We're not spending faster than we're earning right now, and that's a really good thing, too. That's a really, really good sign. Okay, now we're to the -2s. And we finished up a monument. That gets us 20 prestige. Always nice. The treasure fleet arrives. How many more of these -2s are there, I wonder? That is something we could check on. There's a lot. Okay, there's a whole lot. This is going to take some time. Sounds good. Realistically, at this point, we should be pausing and spending all of our money at the end of each month. That will be the most game-efficient way to do this. And also, the lag is starting to reduce. It's definitely starting to reduce. So we'll just hammer out all of these town halls that we can. I wish there was a build all in eligible locations button. That would be awfully nice, but sadly there's not. Okay. So there's all of our money spent. And we'll core all. Cool. We'll unpause. Hop back into our town halls. And now we should spend all of our money again. There we go. Fantastic. Core everything that we possibly can, and go till the end of the month tick. It's definitely not the most, like, video time efficient way of doing things, but it's definitely the most game time efficient way of doing things, right? So there is some of that going on here. We definitely need more town halls. Now, there's still a lot of them that are available to be built. I think I'm just going to continue ticking forward here. And we need a lot more admin power as well. I mean, we can look at this and see, yeah, we need a lot more admin power to get all that cored. That's for sure. But we'll get those province improvements further built. I accidentally went down to speed 3 there. Let's bring it back up to speed 4. Thank you very much. Yep, there's definitely a lot of these that need to be built. No doubt about that. We're seeing autonomy dropping in our newer regions, though, and that's always great. Okay. I want to check in here on how we're doing on our governing cap right now. It's dropped by 1,000. Look at that thing plummet. I love it. That's really, really good. We also can't afford any additional expansion, but we're up over 3,000 now for our overall governing cap, so that's wonderful as well. Let's spend down this gold here. And the more we spend, the less laggy this will get. That's the way this works. I think it has to repopulate this list every time that it does it. We just lost our colonial governor, which is something that we should definitely look at. That's our diplomatic advisor. Global tariffs is an accepted culture. We'll go ahead and do that, and we'll bump this guy up to level 5 once we have the cash, which will be next month. Why is that cost plummeting? I don't know. That was kind of weird. Well, we'll bring that on up, and we'll core everything that we can. We got conversions done. There we go. And back into town halls we go. These are now only at -2, which is not the greatest, to be sure, but it's fine. We're almost to the -1s, actually. Cool. There's another conversion finishing up. I don't want province improvements here. I want to convert. There we go. Okay. Let's get these town halls rolling in here. That was a -5 there. I like it. There's still a lot of them to build, but we're almost done with the -2s. And then we'll be at the -1s. Those are still worth building for us. Any governing cap reduction that we can get is good. That's still useful. Because we're huge. There's no doubt about that. So we're still in the -2s, but we're very close to being done with them. Rains are bringing fertility. That's always nice too. And this is definitely faster than when we first started. There's no doubt about that. We're definitely... Oh, that was a big chunk of them. We're definitely getting through this better. Fantastic. So we're in the -1s now. We're actually almost to the point where we are... Yeah, we just spent all of the money before the end of the month there. We did lose our quartermaster, so we do need to pause here. And we can core all of these provinces for the time being. There's still a lot of them to core, to be sure. But we can build our province improvements, sure. But what we really need is to get our military advisor here. Land maintenance modifier is good. He is not an accepted culture. Not an accepted culture. Nope. Nope. And no. None of these are accepted cultures, so we're just going to go with this +3 guy for right now. Cool. And back into the town halls we go. Spending down all of our money. Okay. And waiting on the month tick. Cool. We'll spend down more money. And we will be through these -1s pretty soon. Unfortunately, I can't do this off camera either because we need the money. We just don't have the cash right now. So that's not an option either. This will have to be a thing that we're doing while ticking forward. But we'll probably be done with this chill period here quite soon. Like, we've built up our manpower almost up to full. And that's great. We can go ahead and continue to core here. We are going to be reaching the diplomatic power cap fairly soon. And we're still ahead of time on dip power. So we're going to need to do something about that. But now is not the time for that. No, I don't want to build these. What am I doing? Sort by improvement amount. There you go. Cool. So we got some additional cash there. That's nice. And remember, when last we looked, we were at about 9,000 for our admin cap, which was about 3 times what our overall cap is for that. But we will continue to build all of these that we can. And there's a lot of them. There's definitely a lot of them. There's an additional payment coming in. But this queue up is going a lot faster now, so that's great. With any luck, we'll be through these ones by the end of the episode. I'm hoping that that will be the case. If not, we can finish them up next episode. I don't imagine that it would take too long. We're getting close to these being just completely done, right? That's getting very, very close here. Our heir is an intricate web weaver. Sure. We converted Nakor. And I'm just spending down our gold here. Let's check in here. Oh, there's still a lot of them to go. Okay. There's still quite a lot. We'll go ahead and core everything that we can and convert this province to Zoroastrian. Beautiful. And we need to spend down our diplomatic and our military power at this time. So let's go ahead and do that for the moment. We'll hop into our development, sort by cost. And we're going to spend down our diplomatic first because that one has not really been spent down very much. Cool. And now we'll spend down our military. Down to about that same 700 number is our goal here. Cool. There we go. And we will tick on forward and see about queuing up a few more of these structures. But there's a lot to go. We had a harvest failure. That's a little sad. Okay, let's continue queuing. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're definitely going to wrap up queuing up our town halls. There's no doubt about that one. There's not that many left. We're actually getting fairly close here. But I am going to wrap this up here, and next episode we'll finish it up. That's not going to take that long. And then I think we'll probably get ready for a war against, like, Congo will probably be the plan. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.